I've mentioned many times I don't write things down. I want to share an experience that I had. And I've shared it, I think, on other accounts. One time I was rapping in a dream, but the verse I was kicking was a verse that I never written before. That was amazing to me because it shows you the mind's potential or the brain's potential, whatever's responsible for it. I couldn't say one way or the other. But was it a fraction of a second that the brain constructed that verse? How long did it take? Was the brain generating one compartment of the brain generating the dream, which I think is the subconscious, if I'm not mistaken, while simultaneously creating the rhyme? How? What was the concerted effort, if any at all, to create a verse? It takes effort, in a sense, because I'm gonna get to the part where, in a way, it doesn't. But for the most part, it's a concerted effort, right? I mean, it like we're not like I'm not gonna write a rap while I'm reading a book. I have to stop and I have to go, okay, it's time to formulate the rap. You know how difficult it is to freestyle. It's very difficult. For you to freestyle, you have to get open. For you to do it at the highest degree, you have to, we used to call it getting open. People may say today, they may call it flow state. Some people might say getting in the zone. Whatever it is, there's an activation that takes place so that you're kind of ahead of yourself. So you can think quicker than you can speak. All right. And that's how you're going to get, you're going to be able to drop a dope ass freestyle. And, if you can freestyle and there's no activation, it's, I'm sitting on the couch, the words coming out my mouth. You see how I rip it, I'ma kick it in the south and then in the north and then whatever. And it's just kind of choppy and you have no idea. It's very, you're barely hanging on, right? You're about to fuck up any second, right? Because your brain is kind of it's falling behind. So when the activation takes place, the opposite happens, right? You're thinking quicker than you can speak, and that's what has to take place for you to really kick some amazing freestyle shit, right? Which I've had those moments, but try to imagine how is that taking place when you're not even conscious, like you're in a dream state. What part of the brain is taking that on, and how quickly is it formulating that? The other day I was on Chat GPT and I said, build me a website, and it just started generating code. Because of previous searches that I gave it, it knew I am many. And it knew, and that's another weird fucking thing. Icon was like, yo, put this into Chat GPT. And I put this shit into Chat GPT, and it gave me a whole plan for a rap career. It told me exactly what I should do. It told me my strong points, my weak points, you have good wit and dense lyric, however it described me. I was like, holy fuck. And it gave me a full plan. What you need to do is drop this and then this many times in phases too. It's like a 6-phase plan. This shit's incredible. So I guess it had that information stored, and then it went from that to it just incorporated that when I said build me a website. So it had my name, had all that, whatever, and it's just on the spot like nothing. It's amazing. The brain did it just as fast, if not faster, right? That brings me to my second point. I should be charging for this. When you are attempting to rap, attempting to create, attempting to write, trying to write, you're engaging in something that is self-defeating, because the very act of trying is a statement to yourself that it ain't there. And maybe because a try has one or two outcomes. You could either succeed or you could fail. So in trying, you're allowing for the possibility that you might not succeed. That comes with trying. I don't try. I understand that. How could I not do it? How could I not rap? How? I know how to rap. So if I want to create a rap, I will create. But my creation process, it's a process of guidance. I allow the thing to formulate. And then I guide it and I pick and choose. But I do not, what I don't do is, I used to, a very, 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 very long time ago in my beginning, when I first was trying to do what beginning stages, I would write, I'd write the line down, and then I would look at the line and like stare at the line and see like what else I could create like from that line. So it was almost as if I was trying to put a puzzle together, but I didn't have the pieces. Now it's more so like I already know I have the pieces. I have the pieces. What do I want to say? How do I want to say it? How do I want to put this thing together? But if the brain and the mind can construct a full-fledged rhyme, this is more incredible than the activation I was talking about for you to drop a dope freestyle. A full-fledged, well-written rhyme your brain is constructing. If it can do that, and I don't know, what time, maybe in the dream state, you're beyond space and time. I don't know. But whatever, however long that took for it to construct that, what would make you think that you have to try? No. You're not going to try. You're going to allow. You allow for it to take place. And your trying interferes with that.